What's going on, everybody? Frank here for the Bakersfield Gentleman at the Wasp Nest Videos Studio. It's a whole lot to say right there. With my brother Miguel again, wearing that very nice Cigars and More polo shirt. Thank you so much, Cigars and More, for letting us have some of those. I was going to wear mine, but I didn't want to be too much twinsies. The only way you can tell us apart really is he wears glasses and I don't.
Too much twinsies.
I can grow more facial hair, even though it's not really all that much to be proud of.
It's still more.
Today you guys are going to be taking a look at the PDR Small Batch Reserve Cubra Rosado.
Cuba Rosado?
Cubra.
Cubra.
So this is another cigar we got from CigarPxrn. Thank you very much to the Wolfman himself, Jeremy, for giving us these cigars there in Vegas. It was a great time getting to talk to him at the CigarPxrn PDR, that's a lot of initials, booth 2018. This is the Toro size, which comes in at 6x54 ring gauge. It has a Brazilian Cubra Rosado wrapper, which means kind of reddish wrapper, which it is.
Yeah.
Has a Dominican binder, Dominican Nicaraguan fillers, and I gotta say, it's a very slick, oily cigar.
That's not the only thing I noticed right off the bat. It is very spongy, unbelievably spongy. My cigars, compared to the last one that we had on our live stream on, I believe, Tuesday, which was an amazingly dense packed cigar from Ventura.
Yes.
This is pretty much the opposite end of the spectrum here. It's not light by any means. It still has some heft to it, but it's very spongy in the fact that the pack isn't unbelievably tight. I think there's going to be a real smooth draw to this guy.
This comes out of the Dominican Republic from PDR. And it looks like it has a nice, almost quadruple cap. Look at that. Mine almost has 4.
I agree with that. There's a lot of caps on there.
I'll have to double check with Jeremy on that one, because this looks like it has 4 caps, and that's at least 2 more caps than you need.
No, that's exactly amount of caps.
Yeah, so other than that, it's a very nice looking traditional cigar. Lots of veins there on the cigar itself. I actually really dig the way it looks. This looks exactly like what I used to think of as a cigar when I was younger. This is exactly what I think it looks like.
100%.
It's just a really beautiful cigar. For a bigger ring gauge, it still has a nice fit in the hand. And I'm gonna go ahead and cut it up, Mike, if you wanna pass me that cutter there, and I'm gonna go ahead and start to give this a cold draw and a quick smell.
Sure. Wait,
sorry.
Went ahead and cut mine as well. Real easy draw. I can tell that it's going to be something that you have to watch out for, just in case you don't want your tobacco to overheat. But at the same time, I think if you go with a V-cut or maybe a punch, you wouldn't have that problem anyway. But I prefer my straight across guillotine cut over any other one. So
I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to say it has a dried fruit flavor to the cold draw.
I could agree with that. Yeah.
And just some wood on the smell. But that's all I'm getting from that. Just gonna write that note down real quick before I forget that, you guys. Yeah, so Mike, let's go ahead and we'll get into this first third here. We'll get these lit up, and we'll get back to everybody after we get through this first third.
Sure, let's do that. And before we go too much into it, since we're gonna do, I'm gonna do this at the thirds. I think I'm gonna try my best to remember. But I would like to go into our first sponsor of the day. Frank, you already mentioned it. Cigars and More Bakersfield. It's not the only Cigars and More in the world, but it's ours. And very proud of that place. Thank you so much for the things. And I would like to point out a new product they're going to have in store. Boom! Jangly, jangly, jangly. If you can't see that because you are listening to the podcast, you are missing out on the Travel Humidor Waterproof Edition Lantern. Now, I say all that because it's in fact waterproof, it's travel, and it's a lantern.
I thought it was a water bottle when I first saw it.
100% agree with that. I thought it was 2. We got closer, and all of a sudden, nope. It's a cigar humidor right there. It fits 7 Churchills, is what they are claiming right now. I would be on the side to say they're right. Maybe a little snug of a fit. But what do you think?
I think it's a really cool idea. I honestly thought, why the hell are they selling water bottles at CigarPxrn?
Yeah.
But you open it up, and it actually has a little bit of the beads in there, the gel beads.
Yes.
That you just tells you exactly how to hydrate it. And then it also has this, which allows you to charge it. And then you could actually also charge it through the solar power, I guess. And you can also charge your phone, which I think is pretty darn cool.
Yeah, it has a little plug so you can charge other devices. That's pretty awesome.
And then they told us that you could actually take out this collar here, which allows this to be stretched out, and you could actually fit your phone in there too if you want to keep your phone
Nice and safe. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
But that's basically it. You guys just an open, flexible silicone tube, and you just put your cigars on in there, and then you close it up nice and tight, and that'll keep them nice and dry if you're going down the river and want to have some stogies with you.
But at the same time, if it falls in, I'm thinking a water situation mainly, right? If it falls in, it's gonna float.
Oh yeah.
Which is super helpful, especially with this little guy here.
Of course, if it floats, the only bad thing about it though is this is the same color water is, so you're not gonna see it very well.
And if you turn it on during the day, that's not really gonna help.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't think of that.
They should have colored it like a bright orange or something.
I think even a red.
Like a hunter's orange.
Oh,
Safety orange.
that's the best idea. Yeah, because no matter what, you're gonna be able to see that
It's like,
far
oh,
away.
you can shoot me, but don't shoot my cigars.
That's exactly what you should say.
And deer's like, holy shit, that guy's got a humidor in his hand. That's awesome.
So the deers come straight to you.
So the deers bow, and then they allow you to shoot them.
I've actually heard that before. I think that's a thing.
But yeah, it's a really cool idea, you guys. I think it's neat. When I saw it was a water bottle, I was like, I don't get it. And when he explained it to me, I was like, yeah, we need to buy one of those now.
We need that now.
So,
and then I know Trina, thank you to her, everyone, because she's getting these in shop. And you're going to want one.
Yeah, they're a really cool idea. I really like them. I'm glad we were able to pick one up. Sorry, guys, this one will not be for a giveaway. This one is ours.
Yep.
So go get your own from CigarPxrn in Bakersfield. But they're really cool. It's you can solar charge it, you can battery charge it, or plug charge it. You can charge your phone on it once it's fully charged. Keep your cigars and your phone safe inside. Again, it does the constant light, the bright light, and then it starts to strobe a little flash there. That one's cool.
Yeah. And that last little
glowy one, like a glowworm, if you will.
Yes, like a glowworm.
Like a glowworm. I just think it's a nifty idea, you know.
Oh, yeah.
For those of you that like to collect, you know, interesting cigar paraphernalia, I think that's a really cool pickup right there. And yeah, so look for them at CigarPxrn. They should start shipping really, really soon.
Yeah, and I would like to know out there, what's the most unique travel case you use? Maybe you don't use an actual 4 cigars travel case. For instance, Frankie bought a hard case that's supposed to be for transporting
camera equipment.
Yeah, camera equipment, and then he let me use it for that because that's what we needed at the time.
Yeah, there's my favorite one is very similar to the alcohol flask they have where it's a baby's head. You simply put your cigar inside of the baby's head, and there's a little funnel that you just go, and you can let the smoke out.
No, there isn't.
There isn't, but someone needs to make that shit because that would be hilarious.
I don't know how I feel about that. At least, I don't know why alcohol sounds like a better idea from a baby. Leaning in to give your baby a kiss on the forehead and then blowing out smoke sounds. It sounds like someone's gonna ask some questions.
Yeah, well, they need to keep their noses out of your business.
It's true.
This is America.
You just tell them, I don't know you. That's my purse. You kick them in the jewels, Bobby Hill style.
That's right.
Yes.
You learn a lot of life lessons, you guys, from King of the Hill.
You really do. More than you'd expect.
I just have a little flap here of tobacco for some odd reason. I'm trying to...
Flap. Can I see? Apologize, podcast people, but
There we go.
we're still new to this as far as the podcast part goes. In fact, this is the 2nd episode, so I'd like to thank you guys for tuning in.
And I'd like to thank those people that have already started to watch the first one. That's awesome.
Yeah.
We didn't really think people would want another cigar podcast. And you got Cigar Dave, Two Guys Smoke Shop, and a list of others. But we were asked to do one, and people said, we want to hear you guys do a podcast. So we're like, let's do it.
I don't think it's because it's so much different than others. It's just, I think the content we do can just be listened to. You know, like sometimes we can explain the cigar, what's going on. They can get it for themselves. Usually ready available when we talk about these. We were fortunate enough as we went to the event to get cigars ahead of time, but now they will start releasing in your areas, so you can kind of go along with us if you'd like.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of people are busy, you know, they can't watch a video, but you can listen sometimes.
Oh yeah.
I mean, our job alone, the company that we run with the family, it allows me to throw in headphones and listen to podcasts. I'm actually listening to something from, it's called The Great Courses Plus. They are not a sponsor, but they're a really cool site if you want to check them out. And they have only university professors teaching courses on there.
Oh, wow.
Or people in their industry for 20 years.
Wow.
Or something like that. All I know is that they are authorities on what they're talking about.
Much like us.
Yes, exactly like us.
We were actually going to call it the Cigar Authority. The name was already taken.
No, I wanted to call myself the Cigar Vixen.
That was also taken.
That was just taken, yeah.
I want to be called Cigar Dave, but
It's taken.
all these wonderful names. So I was like, well, let's just be, it's like cigars, boom, like something that explodes. TNT.
Oh, there, TNT Cigar Review. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, damn it. Well, we do this almost on a daily basis.
So you could have been Cigars Daily. Oh, no.
No, I'm going to call it Should I Smoke Oh. In fact, we're actually doing an episode for him for his viewer's intro. I cannot wait to do that, but we're waiting to do it with Mitch. Even though he's been on an episode before, we wanted to do all three of us together. So we'll have that out to him pretty soon. Can't wait for that. Should I Smoke This? Good guys. Or good guy, excuse me.
Good guy.
Yeah. Now, where were we? We were talking about the medium, what we're on right now.
Yes.
I think that because people, I was talking to Great Courses Plus, trying to backtrack here, guys. I'm listening to an entrepreneur course right now. They have the audio form and they have the video form, which you can download to your phone. Just you sign up. It's a monthly payment. You get all their courses.
How much?
I want to say it's $15 a month.
See, that's a little too much for me. The most I'm comfortable spending on something for my phone that's monthly would be $9.99. That does not include Netflix because Netflix was $7.99 and now mine is $14.99. So I don't count that since I also use it on the Xbox, on the iPad.
Well, I can use it on my desktop too.
Yeah, okay.
But it's I use it on the phone more.
But I think there's some apps that you can have on the desktop or the iPad that I really just only use on the phone, and that would probably be one of them. I just don't see myself spending more than $10 on an app that I use on my phone a month. There are some really great photo editing apps that are out there you can get for like $5-6. One-time apps for like $10, like Filmic Pro.
That's a good one. Yeah.
But yeah, monthly, I just cannot see spending more than $10 a month on an app for my phone.
That is rough. I think the largest monthly thing I have right now is probably Amazon Prime.
Well, that's understandable because we use it all the time.
In fact, it's not just for the delivery though; it's also for the videos. You can now watch Thursday Night Football live.
Wow.
Yeah. So I was going to tell you that
if I watched football like that, that would be great. But I don't right now, so yeah.
Why not, Frankie?
Many reasons.
Any in particular reason?
I'd like to take a knee and plead the fifth on that one.
Oh, you're taking a knee too?
Yeah, I'm taking a knee on that. So.
Wow. So are you gonna be bad at football now too? And then
because I
still get offers?
I don't want to. I'll stand for the anthem, but I'll kneel. No, I won't kneel during the game because that's a long time.
That's a long time to kneel.
That's a long time to kneel. So take that back. No, I just personal preference. Everybody has their own opinions on stuff, and I don't want to get too much into politics or personal beliefs on this thing because I don't want to alienate anybody. I want everybody here to feel welcome. I don't care, what you believe in, what you think is right and wrong. As long as you can enjoy a good cigar and hold a good conversation with us, it's fine with me. That's what this show's about. Not getting. I mean, once in a while I will give my political or my personal opinion on certain subjects as the matters come up.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you guys, please understand that it's America. It's an opinion. I'm allowed to have it.
Absolutely.
I have lots of friends who are very left-leaning. Everything has to be politically correct. If I don't think about women's rights, Joe will get mad at me because she's all about that. And
she's ready to yell at him right now.
She just told me hashtag me too, and I was like, okay. So no, but I have a lot of friends because we work in the film industry. There's a lot of left-leaning people in the film industry, and when they find out that I am quite the opposite, they don't treat me any different. They understand those are my views, those are their views, and at the end of the day, we're all there to make a film or to smoke a cigar or just to hang out. We don't let it interfere with our personal lives, because again, it's just opinions, and everybody has them.
Absolutely, I agree with that. And as far as the whole, politics and whatnot, I don't like to get into that either. But I mean, this is called the Bakersfield Gentleman, not the Bakersfield Convictions.
Yeah.
I really don't have any of those. I can watch football because my team's doing well right now. Even in the last game when we lost, we still did really well, I think.
Yeah, it was a really close game. You guys came back, had 5 more minutes, totally different outcome.
If the 2 plays would have been called differently, would have won.
Yeah.
But having said that, you can throw all the controversies in you want right now. I mean, the CEO of the NFL, I don't know what you call him, could run over someone right
Commissioner.
now. Is he commissioner? But it is still a business, though. It's a corporation.
Yeah, but the person that runs it is the commissioner.
There's no CEO of
Oh, I'm
company?
sure there is.
But we don't hear about him.
Yeah.
Either way, he could run over someone right now. I'm still going to watch the Buccaneers because I don't get to enjoy their games very often. Usually we're losing.
Not even they do.
They don't even get to enjoy it because they're standing there with the HBO cameras on them saying, "Oh yeah, you guys should have come next year."
It reminds me of that scene in Talladega Nights. Their quarterback leaves the field to go to the bathroom. Then you see him grabbing a corn dog. So these are really good. You guys should try one of these.
You mean the driver?
Yeah, the driver. Yeah, but I'm thinking you're a quarterback doing that. He goes,
Oh, yeah.
You guys want to make a call, and then I'll be there.
I'll be right back. Yeah, we're already friggin' 3-12 this season or something terrible.
Yeah.
Which is goddamn. Last year was pretty bad.
Yeah,
It wasn't great.
My team's not doing great, but a couple bumps in the road. They won their first game, which was great. They lost to the Jags, which, hey, you can't blame them. The Jags are a phenomenal team. Then they lost to the Lions, and even though they were favored to win, it's kind of hard to win when your ex-head of the defensive coordinator, is on the other side of the football as a new head coach over there, and he knows everything you're going to do. So he came up with the perfect strategy, and the Lions won. Again, it's barely the first month into the season, guys. Don't get upset. If your team's not doing great, there's still a whole lot of football to play.
Yep, that is true. I'm just hoping we can continue to do well. I'm not expecting any huge playoff push. If we make it, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
And you never know.
And like we said, everybody has their own opinion, their own football team, their own basketball team, their own hockey team, whatever you want.
Yeah.
Your own political views, your own views on life,
Well,
and things like that. There's only one thing that matters, and that's that the Dodgers go to the World Series. And if you disagree with that, then you can just stop watching right now. Thank you very much.
I don't need that kind of negativity in my life. If you don't like the Dodgers, I don't see why you wouldn't. Dodger dogs are amazing.
I mean, we barely tolerate Joe, and she lived in the Bay Area for a while.
Yeah, that one
That's how
hurt.
much. That's how much we bleed blue. So, just so you guys know,
she might be orange and black. But
she might. She might.
Ugh, those Giants.
We know she's a Niners fan.
Oh gosh, yeah. I've cleared. There's a store in our mall here that has it's just Raiders gear, and Joe is always in there buying stuff and causing felonies, as the Raiders fans tend to do. And if you want to come say hi, Joe, you can come say hi. She's behind the camera today. She's doing some work as well for Girls Gore and Gin, as well as all of Wasn's videos.
That's right.
Being a huge help. And she is, heyo. And then she's technically our first guest on the podcast too. Then
She is. There we go.
Yeah, feels good.
But
back
yeah,
to cigars for a minute, I guess. PDR. Honestly, don't get mad at me for this, Jeremy. Not one of my first go-to brands.
for me, it did not compute as an everyday smoke or a smoke that I search out until we got to try those cafe lines and the new Criollo. Criollito.
Yeah.
Correct. That cigar is absolutely phenomenal.
Really good.
It comes in a variety of sizes, so depending on how long you want to smoke it for, there'll be one to suit your needs, and it is absolutely amazing. I know Brad and from TNT Cigars Review and our shop owner for Cigars and More, Michelle, we're both talking all kinds of wonderful things about it. We finally got to try it, and my eyes were open to what they were talking about. So, Jeremy, great job on that one, you guys. It's an absolutely beautiful, beautiful cigar.
Oh yeah, 100% agree with that. And honestly, I know that Mike, the shop owner, loves cigars. I'm like, don't hear him praising that
He
many
loves
cigars.
cigars and more.
And more. That is true. That's why he has like 5 shops with the
Yes,
same name.
and the next one we'll be opening in by October 1st is the tentative date to open in El
Soft
Segundo. They'll have their soft opening October 1st. El Segundo Cigars and More, the 4th location. The other one being in Los Angeles, metropolitan area?
Yes.
Valencia, California, which is where Magic Mountain is. And then, of course, Bakersfield, California as well. Now, El Segundo and Bakersfield are the only two that have a lounge of any sort. The other two are strictly retail. So if you want to go sit down and have a smoke, make sure you go to El Segundo or you come to Bakersfield. Valencia and LA are just strictly a retail shop.
Or just come to Bakersfield anyway. Just hang out with us. I'm not going to judge you. But speaking of that, I don't hear him give a bunch of different cigars, a whole bunch of praise. I think the last one that he was really on a big kick was the Mi Querida from Saka, I believe that is, right?
Yeah.
That's one of the TLDs, the Dios cigars. Or no, sorry, it's from the Todos los Dios is another cigar from him.
Dunbarton Tobacco
Thank
Trust.
You, yeah. It's a good name, but I can't remember it. It always throws me off. I say Saka cigar.
We go into the shop all the time, and as a matter of fact, the first time we got an M-bomb-based cigar, he had asked us to go down to LA to pick up some new cabinets, and we did. And we thought he was going to pay us some money. Instead, he gave us some cigars.
Yeah.
No, they paid for the rental of the U-Haul and all that stuff and the gas, so not a big deal. But when we got back, he's like, "Here, I want you boys to try these. I'd never seen them before." And it was our first chance getting to try an M-bomb-based cigar, and he was talking all kinds of stuff about it, saying how good they were, and he was absolutely right. So when Michelle gets excited about a cigar, we know it's a cigar that we really, really want to try.
Yeah, there's definitely a reason for it, and it's always something that always not surprises, but always what's the word I'm looking for? It's always a win when I get those cigars. I'm never disappointed when he hands us one, and I'm good with that. Although speaking of that trip, you remember the event beforehand? What was going on with all those rentals?
So we measured out the van that we usually use to transport stuff to events for them, you know, cigars and tables and whatnot. And we figured out that we didn't have enough clearance to bring both of the cabinets that they wanted. So we asked, well, if you guys just want to rent us a U-Haul, we will go pick it up and we will take it down there. So we go to the U-Haul place, which is right around the corner from Cigars and More, and we tell the lady, hey, you know, there's no gas in here. She says, okay, here's $30, go ahead and put gas in, just keep the receipt. I said, okay. We get to the gas station, I start pumping gas, and this guy says, hold up, and I said, what? And I look down, and there's gas pouring everywhere. Someone had cut a hole
everywhere
and stolen all the gas that was already in there. We called the lady, she said to bring it back, so we did. She said, yeah, people go in there all the time and steal the gas from there. She said, here, take this one. I said, hey, this one's on empty also. She's like, oh, no, it should be fine. We said, okay. So, guess what happened? The same damn thing. So we let her know, and she says, oh, Lord. So we bring it back to her. She says, let me take you to another U-Haul, because we had gotten dropped off at the U-Haul by our father, actually. And
not the cigar place. No, not my father.
No, we had gotten dropped off there. So she said, let me take you boys there. It is on the other side of town, very close to where the studio is at. She was hauling ass, going 80 on Rosedale. I was holding on for dear life, knowing that if something happened to us, we got in an accident, my mom would be mad at me as the older brother.
It's true.
So it was a very, very interesting car ride, to say the least. She took us inside, helped us out, got us hooked up with the lady in there. And finally, 2 hours later than we were supposed to leave, so we got plenty of that great LA traffic.
Oh, yeah.
We finally made it down to LA, picked up the cabinets that they had no idea where they were, who we were. They asked us several times, are we sure we're in the right place? And we said, yes, we are. So after another 45 minutes to an hour of waiting for them to actually understand what it was we were looking for and to find them, which were in the back the whole time, we got them when we came back to Bakersfield, set them up, and it was a very long day.
That it was. Nicest lady, but just needs to probably keep a closer eye on her U-Hauls, I guess. I don't know who goes and does that, who goes around stealing gas from U-Hauls, but apparently it's an easy job because it happens quite often apparently over there. Luckily we were able to work everything out there, but it was just an interesting day. And at the end of it, it culminated in M-Bombay.
We got M-Bombay cigars, so I think it was all in all a good day.
Can't argue with that. Cannot argue with that.
Now, one thing we forgot to do, Miguel, about these cigars real quick, is we forgot to get a picture.
I already got a picture.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, because this guy's, you know, someone doesn't do the hard work, doesn't get done. So it's this guy right here.
So speaking of other interesting stories about cigars, what do you think when we went to IPCPR? What was your first initial reaction when we got to the actual event?
When it was open, though, right? Or do you mean when we just got there?
Even before, when we were fortunate enough, you guys, we had vendors badges, so we were actually able to get into the event the night before, as opposed to all the people that were guests had to wait till the morning of to get in. We were actually able to get in the day we got there, and we were able to get in an hour earlier all throughout the event. So we were very fortunate in that respect to have those vendor badges as opposed to just regular buyer's badges.
Yeah, and I gotta say, the first thing I noticed was it was very warm when we got there. The day that they were still sitting up, the day before, all the doors were open, so there was no AC going. Ventilation was not going yet. There was no cigar smoking happening. It was just a bunch of people running around making sure everything looked good, and they did a great job. But man, it was very, very hot in that place, and you could hear some of the vendors, some of the first timers, like, it's not gonna be this hot the whole time, is it? It's not gonna be this hot. And luckily it wasn't.
And we told them, please, this is nothing. We're from Bakersfield.
No, I was not happy. I was super uncomfortable. Like, we have to walk around this many people smoking cigars in this kind of heat indoors. I'm gonna be very sad. Because I love cigars, but a few thousand people and smoke and sweating.
Woo! You see that?
Perfectly in the ashtray.
That's what I meant to do, people.
Sure you did. He almost ashed himself again for those listening right now. But
not again. That was the first time. I better drop my ash.
The first episode you ashed yourself.
That was last week.
No, that was over 7 days ago now, almost. But I was very, very surprised, the night and day switch. As soon as I threw all that stuff on, as soon as the doors opened for everyone to get in there, it looked like a whole different building.
They did.
Everything was set up. They were still moving like display cases in and whatnot. And in that last,
you almost got ran over by the carpet.
That I did. They wanted to roll me under the carpet and have me part of the display, but I wasn't gonna let it happen because then I would have been stuck there the whole time. Very nice carpet though.
Yeah,
I'll give them that.
But some of these booths, you guys, were just super elaborate and fancy. I felt like I should have taken off my shoes when we walked into the Davidoff one.
And then we found out that we should just not have walked in at all.
Yeah.
They were trying to scoot us out of there. Like
yeah.
Riff-raff.
And once we told them, yeah, we're from Bakersfield, they were like, oh, and then walked away.
Kind of. No, it wasn't that bad, but it was pretty bad. It was a little bad. Other than that, I mean, everyone's super welcoming and whatnot.
Oh yeah, it was so much fun, you guys. It's definitely an experience that I think everyone should get to have at least once in their life. I mean, from all the vendors that are there, to all the press that's there, to all the actual buyers that are there, and all the different manufacturers, blenders, rollers, what do you call it, reps, owners even. It's just so much fun. I mean, wow. Got to meet Skip Martin out there. Finally got to meet Coleman after talking to him for so long.
Seriously, that was great.
Met Cigar Dave, saw Cigar Vixen again, always a pleasure. Just so many people that we got to see. Saw Leo out there again.
Boston Jimmy.
Boston, yeah. Man, I just can't get over how much fun it was.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, it was so much fun, you guys. Can't wait to go next year. Definitely looking forward to next year's event.
Yeah. I was hoping that we could have made it to the Big Smoke out in Las Vegas. I believe it's in end of December or end of November.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. It's just not gonna be in the cards this year, guys. But it sounds like it's gonna be a good time for those who can make it. Let us know what you think, and let us know what big event that you are most looking forward to going to or have been to already. That maybe you make a year trip out of it. It's just so good you can't miss it.
You know, maybe not even a big event, because there's some people that just can't make it to big events. Is there a local event also that you go to every year that's, maybe in your town, like, oh, my brick and mortar always has a yearly Oliva event that I go to every year because I love Oliva, or they have a boutique cigar blender and I go to that every year?
Well, that makes sense. Yeah, there's some unique ones out there. I mean, Colebra's, the lounge that we belong to, did a ice cream social, which did not make sense to me until you're like, there's actually a competition that goes with it. Person who makes the best dessert wins some cigars. And I was like, you know what? That's a good idea.
Took third?
Correct. Well, who really took third?
I did. I turned in dessert.
Who made said dessert?
Little Mexican girl.
A little Mexican girl.
Damn straight.
No, Joe, not racism. A real little Mexican girl known as Sabrina Rodriguez, our younger sister. She makes some really good brownies, and Frankie took advantage of that and got himself some free cigars for it. But she got a CD to one of her favorite bands, so I think everyone won.
Yeah.
And I believe the winner actually had some lemon bites.
Lemon bars.
Lemon bars that his wife makes. So
super good.
They were
super
really
good. They were definitely worthy of that #1 spot. Yeah, are there any other private lounges that you guys go to that you guys are a part of? Or do you regularly just frequent your local brick and mortar lounge? What do you prefer? For me, I like the closeness of the private lounge because it's right across the way. I can see it from here. You know, I like that we can go over 24 hours a day and just go inside, throw the TV on, throw some music on, play some pool or darts, or grab a beer, some scotch, and just sit down with a cigar and be totally relaxed. If other people come in, they know, hey, you know, either you want to relax by yourself and just chill and they leave you alone, or you can engage in conversation. I think that's really great too.
Absolutely.
And at the same time, I like our local brick and mortar because every Tuesday when we do the show, people come in, they'll sit down, they'll talk to us. You know, it's very, very inviting atmosphere. I like being in the shop, and it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I do appreciate that, meeting new people. I mean, we've met a lot of good individuals doing this show already. I could not imagine what it would be like to do this without a lot of the people we've met.
Right.
Mitch, Nick, Chris, even though he's not local to us, has been a huge help and a huge wealth of knowledge for the show. You can't replicate that kind of stuff without getting to meet people for reals.
For reals.
And I'm glad to see him out in Texas when he flew out to see us. That was amazing.
Yeah, it was such a great visit.
And I hope we do that again next year. I really do. And I mean, another good thing about the brick and mortars, although I know we're trying to do the same at the lounge, is the reps come in a lot more often because that's where they sell. Jeremy is trying to get some events like that going at the lounge as well, which is gonna be great. I love that kind of stuff. But it's nice to see the different types of event that happens from one setting to the other. So you can really get a more unique or a really different experience, even when the same common denominator is there in cigars.
Yeah, very, very true. And I think I'm ready for this first third. Mike, what about you?
I think I'm there. Yeah, I think
All
we're
right.
ready.
As far as construction goes on this first third, you guys, absolutely great. The burn is a little wavy, but I'm rotating and it seems to be self-correcting itself. Ash is falling off in nice solid inch chunks, and the smoke output on this one is great. I absolutely love the smoke output on this. The draw is nice and open, but not too open. Very good. Mike?
I would agree with that. Smoke output has been pretty decent. I thought it'd be a little more from how kind of loose it is, but it's actually kind of packing itself down here at the bottom for me. Flavors are very nice, not overpowering. The strength is very, very mild. Not even medium yet, so let's see if that builds up. The burn is very straight for me. Ash is falling off well, and it didn't fall off on its own. I ashed it myself, not like some people. Just lets it fall wherever. Just lucky it was in the ashtray this time. And I'm looking forward to this next third to see what kind of changes. I think there's going to be some changes here. I'm hoping so.
Now I have a nice black pepper spice on the back of the throat, mixed in with like this floral woody notes that I'm getting. There's a slight sweetness to it that I think is coming from the Rosado wrapper that I can't quite put my finger on what it is, but as we build through it, we should be able to figure it out more. And my lips are kind of feeling oily from this wrapper.
I'm not feeling that quite yet, but I do like the way you explain that pepper taste on the back of the throat. I think that's a really good way to describe that. It is definitely an oily cigar.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, it's like you put a little bit of that. It's like you have that little bit of beeswax, or whatever you call it, that you put on your lips, kind of a feel.
Okay.
Like that.
Yeah, okay. All right, I get that.
But yeah, we'll keep going, guys, into the second, third, and let you know what we think.
I'll get with you in just a second.
Yeah.
But before we get into this second, third too much, I'd like to go with another sponsor, another one on this table right now. No,
Liga Privada number 9.
I wish they, gosh, I mean, no, they don't have to do that, but if you want to, you can. It's not the coffee mug company, it's what's inside, and that is the Red Goat Coffee, world's strongest coffee, and having
6 times stronger than your normal cup of black coffee.
Yeah, and I don't think that's just a saying. I think they truly mean it because it is some powerful stuff. I am feeling better by the minute. Every time I take a sip of this, I decided to ice it this time, and I put a little bit of a chocolate syrup sauce that we have in our area called Abuelita. It's a Mexican hot chocolate kind of thing, so it goes really well with coffee already, and it kind of makes more of a, I guess, more of a mocha drink today than anything, and it is
Mocha Loca.
That's a good name for it, because it got to be a little bit loca. Loco if you're a boy, I guess. I don't know. I'm not gonna push some antics right now.
But
All I
again,
know-
you guys, coffee is the #1 paired drink with cigars. It goes just about with any cigar I can think of. There aren't a whole lot of cigars on the list that I don't think can be complemented with a good cup of coffee, whether you're having it early in the morning or late at night. Not too many cigars out there that I can think of that would not pair well with a cup of coffee.
Yeah, I can't think of one either. I think, nope, nothing in mind. All I know is that this is going very well together already. I'm glad I did this pairing. I've had the Red Goat by itself with nothing in it. It's still a smooth drink, but I like me a little bit of sweetness to it. Just my own personal preference. I think you out there should go pick up a bag as soon as you can today. They ship wherever you need it to be.
And I think we should get a hold of them and tell them that we need a promo code.
I think that might be good. I think that's a good idea. And because honestly, can't stop recommending it enough. It's really good coffee. And Frankie's mentioned this before. I do love my coffee. I drink quite a bit of it. And this is just another excuse to get to drink more. So thank you guys at Red Goat.
I'm just having water today.
Just water, which actually surprised the hell out of me because usually it's a Rockstar.
And there's one in the fridge right now.
Yeah, I thought that was what it was for.
I wanted to just really do this cigar justice. I had heard some stuff about it. Jeremy had talked it up a lot when we were at IPCPR. So I wanted to see if I could pick up some of the stuff he was talking about. For the most part, I'm getting some of the stuff he's saying. But I think we need to develop a little bit more as we get into that second, third to see if I can get some of the other stuff he's saying. But again, you guys, we are smoking the PDR Small Batch Reserve Cubra Rosado from this year's IPCPR. Thank you again, Jeremy the Wolfman, for giving this to us and taking the time out of your day to talk to us about everything PDR that's coming out this year. The cafe line is going to be huge. The Criollito was a big success.
Oh, yeah.
And these PDR small batches are awesome.
Yeah, pretty phenomenal so far. I'm liking it a lot.
And again, we are doing the Toro size of 6x54 ring gauge. It has a Cubra Rosado Brazilian wrapper, Dominican binder with Dominican and Nicaraguan long fillers. It comes out of the PDR factory in the Dominican Republic, and they should be releasing pretty darn soon, I believe. I'll have to double check on that.
I want to say mid next month release.
Yeah.
Most of the things I'm being told now are coming out next month, in October. But there are some holdouts just because, well, why go with everybody else, you know?
Yeah.
I get it. But a lot of really great things to look forward in October. A lot of good releases. So I wouldn't be surprised if this was also releasing next month.
Phenomenal smoke output, I still say.
Definitely.
So, Mike, as we get closer into this Halloween season, what do we have coming up?
I don't think much. I don't think anything really. I'm just gonna sit at home, you know, maybe knit a sweater or something with a cigar. Not a big Halloween fan. Oh wait, I'm lying, because I'm a huge Halloween fan. I love this holiday. I love it. I wish there was second and third Halloween instead of St. Patrick's Day. I don't know why we do that. I'm not Irish. Where do we even start? On the 4th, here at the studio, Girls Gorin' Gin is having a horror story live show that you can watch, and right after we're showing Night of the Living Dead, which is that day exactly is its 50th year anniversary of it coming out, according to IMDb at least, and I'm very much looking forward to that.
Now, do you think George A. Romero will make his return as a zombie that day?
I don't know, will Tom Brady make his return as being a good quarterback that day?
Let's see.
Yeah, no, because it's a Thursday. I don't think they have a game that day.
Well,
Boom.
at least he has a chance to do it on Sunday, though.
He has a chance, sure, but I don't see it happening. Yeah.
Well, maybe we should start a poll, you guys. What do you think will happen first? Tom Brady will have a great game as a quarterback this season, or George A. Romero will come back as a zombie? Let's take a poll on that and see what we come up with.
You're gonna be really sad if people say George A. Romero's a zombie first. You know you will be. Anyway, after the 4th, rolling over, I believe the next week is the Winchester Mansion, which again is a Girls Gorin' Gin.
Technically, the Winchester Mansion is their 365.
I don't know. I've never been.
So,
have you been?
I've been by it.
Have you been to the place? Have you took the tour?
There's so many twists and turns that maybe I did, maybe I didn't. I don't know.
Oh, that's a good excuse.
Maybe I was Winchestered, maybe I wasn't.
Yeah. Well, it's such a crazy mansion, such a unique, strange build. I don't know if it's there all the time.
Yeah.
That's one of the mysteries the girls are gonna find out. No, but for real, they're going there on the 11th. on set, or on site, hopefully live stream, depending on the rules there. Also next month is Halloween Horror Nights at Universal Studios, which I cannot wait to go to.
Yes.
It's been a while since I've been, I believe for you too. But that's more your event, I think. I think since you brought me into that, it's a lot of fun. I think you have a little more excitement for it than I do, because every time they scare the crap out of me, and I'm tired of it.
That means they do their good job. This will be the first time that we're taking Girls Go Orange in with us to Halloween Horror Nights. So they will take turns being the first ones to go in every other house. So Joe will go in first one time, and then Lauren will go in first one time, and then Joe again, and then Lauren again, and then Miguel, and then Joe, and then Lauren. That's just the way the rules work for the park guys. I'm sorry, I do not make the rules. That's just how it goes.
I don't remember there being any signs saying any of those rules, but apparently that's what it is. As long as I don't have to go in at first of the La Llorona haunted house, because I don't want to walk into that carniceria.
I will tell this story though. We went one year. I think it was the first year you went, when we took my buddy and his cousin.
Yeah.
She went first into one of the houses, and she's like, someone holding on to me from behind. I was like, okay. So I had her shoulders, and then she grabs my hands and puts them around her waist, and I'm like, oh my god, he's gonna get mad, he's gonna get mad, he's gonna get mad. I was like, I'm not touching. Because it's his cousin, and he's one of my best friends, if not probably my best friend in the whole world. And my hands were on his cousin, so I just like, it was very awkward.
I think it was more so she didn't pee herself than anything, so
yeah.
You're okay there.
Like, I did not get scared that entire maze. I was just like, oh my god, he's gonna punch me in the face.
No, I'm pretty sure it was more for she was super scared and he was laughing his ass off.
But it's always a lot of fun, you guys. No matter what mazes they have, they're always a lot of fun. And as always, I'm sure they'll have Walking Dead maze, and of course some other really great attractions. One of my favorite things is the Terror Tram.
Yes.
I love the Terror Tram.
So much fun.
For those who've never been to Universal Studios, they have a ride called the Tram, and what it does is it actually takes you through the back lot of Universal, where the actual sound stages are. They had, I don't think they have it anymore. They think they got rid of it, but it was the actual little lake that they used in part of the Jaws movie, and they had the actual Jaws animatronic shark there, and it was working, and it came up to the tram.
Yeah.
They also had a part of a subway station that would break, how they had it in the movie. Not that movie, different movie. And water would rush out, and it would get everybody wet, and it was really fun.
Yeah.
The stuff that they do with this stuff is really great. They also had this one where you went through, and King Kong was there, and it was very scary as a child.
That one did burn down.
Yeah.
King Kong did not make it through that fire. He is not the king of the jungle, I believe. Not the king of indoor park fires.
Yeah.
Very, very sad day that was. I believe it also got part of the original Bates house.
It did. I think that's why they rebuilt the motel part of it.
Yeah.
But they have the actual motel set from the TV show. I think it was a TV show, right?
The TV show, yeah. Because they did the movie and they brought it back for, yeah.
And then, of course, they have this thing I think is absolutely awesome. It's this huge lagoon out there.
Yes.
That I think they still do it, but they actually show Jaws on that. There's a big white wall, and I think they show Jaws, and if you know someone or buy tickets or something, you can actually get like a little pool donut and sit inside while you watch it.
That, I think, is the one in Orlando.
Oh, is it? Okay.
I don't know about the one here, but they do that. They have the event where, I think it's you buy tickets. I think it's like a once a year kind of thing, and they have a couple showings.
It's got to be super limited.
Oh, yeah. But limited to the fact that that park sees a lot of people, not limited to the fact that it's a packed area, because it's pretty awesome. There's a big group of people all floating around watching a scary movie in the water.
And I don't remember where I heard this, but they also have the set from War of the Worlds, where the plane crashes, and the plane actually had the actual tail numbers on it, and when other planes would fly over and see that, they would call emergency responders and let them know a plane was down and give them the call numbers to it, and they finally had to just color them over and say, no, it's a prop from a movie, it's fine.
Someone really overlooked that, and for those not paying too much attention to this, because I did it off the side, I had to give a real retouch. It was not burning at all on one side. Second of lighting with the torch, but it looks like that's going to correct it for me. Not too bad, but I didn't want to forget to mention, didn't need a retouch right now.
You also go by the offices that they have out there. You actually get to see Alfred Hitchcock's old office, which is really, really cool. Oh, excuse me, I had some tobacco on my lip.
Not as many crows there as I thought there'd be.
Right, and this is the actual really cool thing about it during Halloween Horror Nights is they actually stop the tram, and you're actually able to get out of the tram in the back lot, and you actually walk through a lot of it. The first year we went, we walked through the Bates Motel and War of the Worlds, and it is awesome. They have scare actors all throughout that. One time they had a little person playing Chucky, and it absolutely scared the shit out of me.
Yeah.
And it's just a lot of fun, you guys. So being able to actually get off of the tram, not like during the regular day where you don't, but at night when you actually get to get off the tram and walk around the actual back lot. Especially being in the film industry, it's really cool.
It's a really fun time. I mean, just walking around near the wreckage for the plane scene is just really cool to see up close and personal.
Yeah.
They also have the Whoville area up there.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
You kind of walk by that one more, but
they should do a haunted Whoville with like bloody Whos and stuff, zombie Whos.
Oh, that'd be good. I mean, they do a little bit.
A Freddy Night Jason Who. Oh man, that'd be awesome.
Or Cindy Lou Who having a scary dream and all of a sudden Freddy's in it. That'd be awesome. But yeah, it's a lot of fun to go to Halloween Horror Nights. I know the other amusement parks in our area in California, we have quite a few, also do their own haunted mazes, but Universal has the rights to their movies, so they use the actual characters, which is a lot of fun to watch.
And I think that's a lot more impressive doing that as opposed to generic scary characters, which, you know, Universal, Not Scary Farm, I'm sorry, not Universal, Magic Mountain, Fright Fest, and Not Scary Farm do a really good job. I hear nothing but high praises for those as well. But for me, getting to see the actual iconic monsters and some of the ones that they use from Halloween, Texas Chainsaw, Nightmare on Elm Street, Child's Play, the original monsters, Frankenstein, Bride of Frankenstein, The Mummy.
Yeah.
That for me is it. You know, that's so much fun to see that.
Now, I got a pitch for you right here, and they're gonna have to use it because Universal has the rights. A whole maze that's all black and white. Everything's black and white except for the monsters.
So that we couldn't get in. We're brown.
No, you know what I'm saying. So it's like you're going into a black and white movie. Like it's all as little color as possible, and you go into Frankenstein's movie itself.
That'd be cool.
I think that'd be a lot of fun. And I think for Six Flags, I don't know why they don't do a Scarecrow maze. They have the DC rights at least to use it there at the park.
I think one DC maze would not be enough to make it worthwhile.
Well, it's not so much that it's just one. It's the fact that they have the mazes plus one where you go into DC worlds.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think they would just do one and base it off of Scarecrow. Like, I get where you're coming from on that, but I just don't see them doing that.
I find they can have a Sinestro one too, or a Sinestro one, because he's a scary character.
I'd like to see a Sinestro one where the whole thing is there's a box of Sinestro cigars and you're just never able to catch it. Like, no, it's so scary, I can't get it.
Or at the end of the maze, you get there, but it's empty.
Oh god, that's a sad maze.
Ooh, that's scary. That's very scary in my book. But I think there's stuff they can do. You don't need rights to these big scary monsters in order to do a scary maze. I mean, a lot of people do some awesome stuff out there.
We actually have a haunted house here in town that goes on every year. Matter of fact, they do it a couple times a year. They also do it during Halloween, which I think is really cool. I went to it for, did I say Halloween?
Yes.
I mean Valentine's Day. I apologize. They do a My Bloody Valentine's Day maze.
They do one for Halloween too.
And I think it's really cool. They have this thing that where you actually get to go like in a tractor and you shoot zombies with paintball guns. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, if someone else didn't already have that idea, it'd be way cooler, but you know, whatever. I don't want to go into that too much, because there's still a little ill will there, but you know, it was my idea first. I'm going to say it right now. It's my idea, they stole it, and I'm upset about it.
You never said it out loud to anybody.
I did.
Stole it.
I said it many times out loud.
To who?
A lot of people. And you included, because you know that.
I told them.
Oh, yeah, of course you did. Oh, God. Back to the cigars. I'm getting some really faint smoke now. I don't know what's going on. After the retouch, it seems to just be not wanting to stay lit, I guess.
Really?
Yeah, it's not puttering away like it was a second ago. Trying to get rid of some of this ash. Maybe it's not getting air in there, but yeah, the smoke output's definitely a lot fainter. There we go.
I don't want to drink myself, but I'm not having any issues whatsoever with mine right now.
Well, good. No, that's definitely a good thing. Sometimes it might have just been the humidification on my side was a little higher, or mine might have been rolled a little bit differently. They're all hand-rolled cigars again.
So human error is always a possibility.
Yeah, there's always a chance that one's not as perfect as the other. Not a big issue right now. I'm still enjoying it quite a bit, but I just want to make sure I point out everything I can about it. Give a full, picture of what's going on over here. But if I could recommend it right now, I definitely would still. There's some really great flavors there to be had. I think that floral note you were talking about has been great.
Yeah, for me, that floral note mixed in with that wood is pretty much the dominant flavors. You do get a little bit of that black pepper spice in the back of the throat, which I think is a nice compliment. Can keep your taste buds awake.
Yeah.
Yeah, all in all, really great cigar so far, guys.
Absolutely. Now, we were talking a little bit about the new PDR coffee blends that they're having, the new coffee line, which comes in a mild, or
original, medium, and dark roast.
Yeah, which are all pretty great so far. That I've had really great stuff. What in a coffee flavored cigar would you like to see more of?
That's a very, very good question. I would like to see maybe more of a mocha type flavor. I do like that a lot. I know some of the Javas have tried to do a mocha. I would just like to see more of that mocha-y characteristic in a cigar with less spice. That's me.
More chocolatiness, less spiciness. Okay. I would like that too. I think that's a great idea. I would like to have a coffee flavored cigar with a San Andreas wrapper. I think that would be a really good mix for some reason. It just seems like it would work, in my opinion. And by Macanudo, which we have the review out for, is the one that only the filler is infused. The binder and the wrapper are not. So you're getting a lot of great traditional flavors along with a really nice coffee blend to it. That one, I think, would make perfect sense to add in the San Andreas wrapper to.
Yeah.
I think that would be perfect. Just my opinion there. I would like to hear what you guys have to say about that as well. But I think that would be a good one to start with, or kind of build off of. Something like that. I like the idea of not everything being infused, so you don't get some amazing explosion of a flavor that might be overpowering for some, but something that they can ease their way into. Like the Baccarat only has the tip
flavored,
versus the Fat Bottom Betty, which is just sugar cube in a cigar form.
I'm sorry, I'm a big fan of Drew Estates and stuff that they do, like the Liga Bravado series, the Undercrown stuff, even the acids. But those Fat Bottom Betty, Crazy Alice, and Sweet Jane, to me, those are like smoking sugar cubes. I could not enjoy those at all.
Yeah, I didn't care for them very much either. The ones I haven't had all three. I don't think I've had the Alice, but the other two I believe I have, and they're okay. They're not my favorite. There's other sweet cigars that I like more.
I mean, there's sweet cigars, and then there's those. Those are just. I would like to have taken one apart and seen how much actual sugar was inside of those.
Just. You see actual little packs of Splenda throughout it. You just burn right through them. That might be the case. But then you go for one like the Flathead by Indian, or no, the
Rough Rider?
The Rough Rider by Indian Head?
I think so.
Yeah. And it's sweet, definitely sweet, but it doesn't create this
obnoxious sweetness.
Yeah, this artificial ridiculous sweetness, and it is infused, so it's not naturally occurring. Obviously, it is artificial technically, but it doesn't feel that way. The same way the Java Red is a chocolate cherry flavor, but it's not unbelievably manufactured or over manufactured, which is it's pleasant. I like that one a lot. Versus those three ladies right there, just not for me. They're okay at best.
There's definitely a percentage of cigar smokers that will take to that and that do like that. But, cigars are very much subjective, and for me, it's just not something I would look for. I will probably try them again in about 6 months to a year just to revisit them, as you should every cigar. But I don't see it anytime being a cigar that I keep on hand.
Yeah, to each their own. Yeah, to each their own, but it's not going to be sitting in my humidor very long, if at all, because I'm not going to buy them. Maybe once in a while have some on hand for some friends who want something truly sweet to kind of get them in into cigars, you know, 1 foot at a time. But then again, if I'm going to do that, I'm going to pick the Baccarat or damn, I keep forgetting the name. The Rough Rider. Just because I prefer those, and if I like them, I can recommend them a lot easier than something that I know I'm not a big fan of. Again, with the Acid Cuba Cuba, I like that one to a decent amount. It's not my favorite. I'm not going to go out of my way to get it every time, but I can have that in the humidor and say, hey, you might like this. The Supercell from them is another one from the Acid line that's always really good. And then there's quite a few in that line that I don't care for very much that I just steer clear of. And that's just personal preference. It's not saying that they're not good cigars. They're still properly made. They're still put up to a high quality standard. It's just that the flavor profile is not for me.
Mike, I'd like to take a quick break and talk about the second third.
We can, yeah. I'm not going to have good things to say about it right now.
As far as the second third goes on this cigar, you guys, not a single flavor change have I detected. Still very floral, very woody. Still get that black pepper in the back of the throat. Only thing I've noticed is maybe the strength is kicked up just a notch to a solid medium. My burn is still almost razor sharp. Draw is open. Ash is falling off in nice solid inch chunks. And yeah, that's about it for me.
I agree with the flavor changes. There are none. The flavor is still good when I had them, but my cigar has gone out and it's burning very awkwardly. There's definitely char in there versus just burn straight through. And I'm a little disappointed in that, and I'm going to go ahead and look for a non-perfect cutter. So I'm going to retry this guy because there's still a third to go, and I want to see what I can do. I want to make sure I can be a part of this review and not just sit here quietly twiddling my thumbs. I'll be right back.
I think I put one up there somewhere, Mike, underneath yeah.
Up here. There we go.
Oh, you had someone up there.
You take care of them for me, yeah? I'm gonna do a little surgery here.
Sure. Again, you guys, you know, every once in a while you'll get a cigar that just the quality is a little off. Did you burn your hand?
No, I'm all right. Just made a mess.
But you can't really judge all the cigars from that line or that brand by one cigar.
Absolutely.
It's always a good idea to revisit a cigar if you did not like it in about 6 months or so, just to be sure you're getting it from a different batch. It could be an entire box that's just not rolled properly, or you know, just a bad batch. So you want to wait a little while, maybe even buy it from a different place and revisit that cigar.
I definitely agree with that. There's no reason that I wouldn't try this cigar again right now if I did wait a little bit just to see. It's not like I haven't had a cigar with construction issues before, and at least this one was flavors that I very much enjoyed and was enjoying all the way through until I got to this point. It's just that this tunneling issue, because it was definitely tunneling there a little bit. You can't really tell on camera, or definitely not on podcast either. But
They sense it.
I'm gonna go ahead and relight this guy and see what's going on.
A definite good example of that would be the Hit and Run. It's one that when we first tried it, we had heard all these great things about it. You're getting this flavor and that flavor, and it's gonna hit you here and there, and it's, you know, it's the cigar that Jesus would smoke. No, I'm just kidding.
I didn't hear that part.
But when I first tried it, I was like, I'm getting none of that. I have no idea what this guy is talking about on these different flavors. So I was disappointed. Nothing with construction or anything like that. I had it in the Perfecto size, which I really love Perfecto size cigars. And, you know, I just got none of the stuff they were talking about. When we revisited it, I went in again with an open mind, just wanted to see what flavors I got, if they were anything similar to what we had before. Yep. And I enjoyed it a lot more the second time around. So yeah, the Hit and Run, definitely one that we revisited that I liked a lot. Another one that comes to mind is Ingot Rose from the Banker line. It was one that we were super excited for. You know, Nick, Mitch, Miguel, and myself, since we got them into the shop, we're looking at them like, these are so cool. They came in this rose gold brick. It looks like a brick of gold, just in rose gold color.
Very cool.
And the packaging and the presentation on them looked phenomenal. We each had one on the show, and we were underwhelmed.
Very underwhelmed. Everyone had the same thing. It was almost like a chemically taste to it. Like they hadn't had a chance to have the ammonia out of them.
Yeah.
Mitch hit the head on that one when he mentioned that. I think he was the first one to kind of put a finger on that, and I had to kind of just agree, because there was something very underwhelming and something kind of off. But as they were able to sit in the humidor for a little longer, I think we went back, not quite 6 months, maybe
No, it's
5,
like 3 or 4 months, something like
yeah,
that.
maybe even 4, yeah. They were quite a bit better. Still not my favorite in that line. My favorite's obviously the Banker from H. Upman is my favorite out of that. But honestly, yeah, giving it a second chance is never a bad thing in my book. If it's something that you really desperately don't like, I mean, you don't have to worry about it. There's plenty of cigars out there. Not everyone has to appeal to you, because that's why there's so many. But relighting this even right now, I don't know. I think I'm getting more of the light than the cigar. It tastes more burnt than anything right now, so I'm a little disappointed.
It does look like you're having some sort of tunneling issue there.
It definitely is. It definitely is tunneling, and I try to light it evenly, and it's still just not burning.
On that part?
Towards the edges of this right now. Not a very large ring gauge, so I don't think that's, not like there's a problem there.
Well, it is actually a pretty big ring gauge. It's 54 ring gauge cigar.
It's decently big. It's decently, but you're not having that issue right now. So I'm guessing it's just this in particular guy right here that's giving me the problem.
I think maybe the reason that I'm not having the issue is that I'm a professional.
You're a professional letting the cigar do all the work?
Mm-hmm. I'm a black belt in cigars.
Oh, you're black belt in cigars? That's great. I was wondering about that because I saw you with the purple belt before. And then,
I just got my black belt in cigars.
Yeah, I saw you do the karate chop to like 12 cigars at once, broke them right down the middle, and then that's how you get your belt.
Yep.
If you don't know. But
so you have to get the flavors as you cut through, which I did. I got every single flavor. Again,
impressive.
you guys, it could just be an off cigar from that batch, so you can't really judge every cigar by that one.
No.
It's just how cigars are, you know. They are hand rolled products, and sometimes problems happen in the factory. Problems could happen in shipping, storage, handling. A great many factors could attribute to how come he's having the problems with his, as opposed to me having really no issues with mine.
Yeah, no issues at all, which is good. I'm glad to see that, because I was enjoying the flavors first and second, third while they were there, and I'm definitely going to revisit this. It's not something that's going to deter me all the way.
Yeah, and again, you guys, we are smoking the PDR Small Batch Reserve Cubra Rosado out of the Dominican Republic factory for PDR. It has a Brazilian Cubra Rosado wrapper with Dominican binder and Dominican Nicaraguan long fillers.
Now the wrapper itself is called the Cubra?
Cubra Rosado.
Cubra Rosado. I don't know if I've had many in that particular wrapper. That sounds very new to me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm guessing people out there have had it before. If you had and there's a cigar you can think of with that same wrapper, let us know. But at the same time, I think a lot of that comes from, for instance, this year there was a lot of Nicaragua cigars, or cigars coming from Nicaragua, as far as the CAO Nicaragua, or the 300 Hands was all a Nicaraguan puro, I believe. I think that happens because the yield of tobacco in certain areas is just higher at one point. You got to work with what you have sometimes.
Yeah, the thing about tobacco leaves is they store tobacco leaves for a future date. It's not like they pull them off, they grab them, they're using them right then and there. So they have to anticipate, okay, this leaf is not going to be ready for at least another year and a half. At that time, this binder leaf will have aged for 4 years, and this wrapper leaf will have aged for 6 years. What can I make out of that? Or do I want to wait, let this age another year and a half, 2 years, and use this filler that's going to be ready now and mix it with that leaf and that leaf and that leaf? So when they're planting these cigar leaves, they have to really take into account it's not going to be ready for a couple of years.
Oh, that's a good point. There's a long game there that they have to think of, and that's another really interesting part of the industry where you have the master blenders who knows, okay, I definitely want to save this for something else, and I'm going to need a lot of it, so let's save that.
Or oh wow, this is really good. This is going to go well with that leaf that we've been aging over here for a wrapper, or what would the Bakersfield gentleman like? I don't know. Let me find out.
I'm sure they ask themselves that all the time. If not at least once a day.
I get a call like every day from Nicaragua. Do you think you'd like this? I don't know, bro.
I did not know Nicaragua as a whole calls you like that.
Yeah, dude, the whole country. They all get on voice call.
No, nobody told me that.
Like they have a Snapchat going. You can see the whole country behind them.
Wow. I mean, that's I figure you get a lot more done if maybe you have one person as representation.
You would think.
If everyone everyone wants to be in on the call. I mean, more power to you. All I know is that I am not going to relight again, guys. I think I am done for today. As far as my cigar goes, a small batch. Not completely disappointed as far as flavors were beforehand. Very sad for my last third that I did not get to go into at all.
Alright guys, sorry about that. We had to change batteries real quick. We did not realize we'd be filming for this long. Should have anticipated it with the size of the cigar. But I'll just recap real quick. I did get a flavor change from the last third. I'm starting to get a nice dark roasted coffee flavor coming out of this cigar. I think it has a lot to do with the fact that tobacco is starting to get nice and warm and toasty. Not overpowering and not scorching like I've just tasted burnt tobacco, but it's actually developing a really, really nice dark roast coffee flavor, which I'm really, really enjoying. So I'm sorry you're not going to be able to enjoy that, Mike.
Oh, it's okay. It's not your fault.
But,
or is it?
But yeah, that being said, I don't see a whole lot other changes coming out of this. As far as the aroma goes that I'm getting, not a whole lot. I'm just getting the tobacco aroma coming out of it. I'm trying to find other ways to describe it, but it's just the tobacco that I'm smelling. So, I mean, that's not a bad thing. It's just, it's on our list of cigar tasting notes here. The aroma that you're getting off of it. So,
well, most important thing I think in there is, are you enjoying it? There's a nice aroma. There we go. Yeah, he says yes. Yeah, I think.
Oh, yeah, for those people that listen to the podcast,
yeah,
you couldn't hear my thumbs up, guys. Yeah, no, I enjoy the aroma. I don't think there's too many cigars I haven't enjoyed the aroma of, minus the macchiato.
Oof.
That one I just could not stand. That was like sour milk, guys. Did not care for it. But you'll have to revisit it soon.
I'm not going to do that. That's the one cigar I've told you that I will not revisit, unless you guys want me to. If you guys want me to suffer that badly, even though I had this cigar today, which was very disappointing at the end right there. Only at the end though, again. I'll do it for you guys. I'll smoke a black and mild for you guys. Although if you ever say that you want me to, I'll question you. I'll question like, oh, I thought you guys liked me. I thought we were friends. But, you know, whatevs. All I know is that if it wasn't for that last third, this would have probably been a quite high score, even with the burn issues from before. The one retouch before everything kind of went downhill for me. Very disappointed in that part. But my flavors were good up until the last third. You said the last third had a good flavor change of that coffee, which would have been nice. Would have been really nice to try, especially with the Red Goat. But then as soon as, you know, I'm out, I'll switch to a Diet Coke, whatever.
So, I'm going to recap all my scores here.
Let's hear it. Yeah, I love it.
As far as the flavors go, I'm sorry, we start with appearance. I gave it a 19 out of 20. I absolutely love the look of this cigar. The only thing I kind of gave it that 1 point off was the band. It was really simple. It's just gold lettering on a red band, which is not bad. It's just, it could have been a little bit more decorative, I think.
It fits in the PDR lineup. They're not exactly known for fancy bands.
Yeah, but overall, you know, the very nice oily look and feel to it, the beautiful quadruple cap. It was absolutely beautiful looking in appearance. So I gave it a 19 out of 20. As far as flavors go, they were decent flavors. Not a whole lot of transitions till the very, very end. So I did end up giving it only a 35 out of a possible 40, which is still a solid score. It's just I like to see a little bit more complexity maybe in a cigar. As far as the construction goes, I didn't really have a whole lot of issues there. So I did give it a 28 out of 30. And an overall a 7 out of 10, giving me a grand total of, I don't know why I put 82. But it's actually 89. I apologize for that. So 89 out of a possible 100, which is a very good score.
And today I'm not going to be scoring this one. Hopefully revisiting soon. I can see it being quite high, maybe closer to 85 for me, maybe 84. Just because my retouches, even if the ending spot didn't happen, it would have been a couple points I'd be knocked off for that. Flavor was fine, but there wasn't a lot of transition for me, so I might have been a little lower on that part too. But everything else you said, can definitely agree with. The aroma is very pleasant. I'm liking it right now, making me wish mine was still lit.
Now, I do find this a solid cigar for a new cigar smoker that wants to get away from flavored cigars and get into more traditional cigars. Okay. It doesn't have enough spice to be overpowering and off-putting. So I think that's something that would ease someone into traditional flavored cigars as far as the spice goes. The strength is a good medium cigar, so long as they have a snack in their stomach or something, they should be fine. Not a full strength cigar at all, but definitely a little heavier than some of the more mild cigars that are out there. This would probably be a morning cigar with some coffee or an energy drink of some sort, maybe even a coffee flavored energy drink.
Oh, best of both worlds.
Yeah.
All right. It definitely went well with this coffee.
I think that'd be the time I would probably enjoy it the most. For me, it's a little too mild to enjoy at night with some scotch or something. I like a little something more robust when it comes to that. But then again, I am more of a Maduro fan when it comes to cigars.
That's a good point.
But definitely a great offering from PDR, you guys. An absolutely wonderful cigar from a great company.
I agree for the most part. Yeah, definitely can see that. I like the idea of someone for a beginner, something mild to bring you in with some good flavors that won't overcomplicate your palate.
So that'll do it for us, you guys, for our podcast and our reviews, both the long and the short version. But before we finish, we do want to recommend you guys check out Cigar Rights of America on Facebook or just online. I think it's CRA.org.
Yes.
Wonderful organization that's fighting for the rights of premium cigar smokers all across the U.S. And we need them now more than ever, especially here in California.
It's true.
And lastly, please check out Cigars for Warriors. It's a great company, organization, nonprofit that gets premium tobacco products into the hands of the troops on the front lines and in third world countries, you know, defending our freedoms around the globe. It's one of the most highly requested items that they ask for, and it's, you know, one of the least things we could do to show our appreciation to them for what they do for us. You can go on Cigars for Warriors Instagram page and see tons of great pictures of all the troops that have already received cigars. Again, one of my favorites is seeing the
small group of sailors, right?
Sorry, I was totally forgetting the name. I was going to say shipmates, but I'm not on a ship, so they're not shipmates right now. There's a group of 4 sailors sitting on a ship, and you see the ocean behind them, and there's 4 of them just enjoying a cigar on the deck. And it's just, to me, it's just a great picture being a Navy veteran. Although I was a Seabee, so I never got to go on ships, I still think it was a really cool picture.
Oh, yeah.
And I just think what they do is amazing. We always try to do stuff for them when we can. And even just getting the word out there to people about the organization, I think is a big help. So
Yes.
do what you can, you guys. Donate what you can when you can. It's all appreciated. You can donate cutters, lighters, humidification packs, humidors if you'd like, or money or cigars. Every bit helps and every bit goes to where it needs to get to. So do us a favor, check them out. Our local donation center is at Cigars and More on Rosedale Highway in the Hooters Shopping Center. Our local event coordinator is Mitch Smith, and we thank him and all of Cigars for Warriors for what they do. And we will see you guys next time on our weekly podcast.
Gotta make a small addendum to that, the end at least, because it's not the very end. Last thing I want to say, please check out CigarPxrn. Their t-shirts and logos are awesome. There's one with the American flag that I still really want. You can use our promo code Bakersfield to get 10% off your purchase.
Yes.
Or use our Amazon link to get 2 free books right now on Audible. Any books you want in their lineup. I know some of them can be a little pricey, but if you go and sign up, no matter what book you want, one a month is only 15 bucks. And you get some special deals with that as well as their new thing they're doing, Audible Originals. That are not just books, but there's also stories and old-fashioned like radio shows that they used to do. They're bringing that back for Audible Originals.
That's cool.
You can only find them on Audible. So be sure to check it out. You get a free trial for 14 days, and you get a free book with that. So
And
sign up.
maybe we'll do like a book of the month where we suggest a book every month. I think that'd be kind of cool.
That would be really cool. All right, maybe
So
we'll
I
do
think
that.
for the month of October, the book of the month will be Behold a Pale Horse.
You really want to read that again,
It's a
don't you?
great book. I have it on my phone as an audio book. I have the book somewhere lying around. I just think it's a great read. So make sure you guys check out Behold the Pale Horse on Audible, you guys. And then now we will see you guys next time.
Yes.
And hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Give us a like. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter and SoundCloud at BacoGent661, YouTube and Facebook at the Bakersfield Gentleman. Have a great day, guys.
Have a good one.